Good morning, everybody. How's it going? So, Mr. Sko here to give you a little tutorial to get you started on intermediate level photo editing using Photoshop the non-destructive way. So that's what we've been talking about in class, using non-destructive methods to edit so you can always go back or always change something. Well, you're going to think right away that it's a lot more complicated, and it actually feels that way at first because of all the layers. But very quickly, you're going to think otherwise. The main reason why you're being taught how to work non destructively, guys, is because that is the way it's done professionally. Why? Well, because clients change their minds. Yes. They will say, can you change this orange sky to pink? Can you put a cow in the background? Or all these other things that you can't do if you are working destructively like you were taught in your beginner class. So let's get this party started, guys. Quickly, I do want to introduce to you what I'm still working on right here. So your surreal landscape must have a landscape. I gave you a few to choose from. You can also choose your own. Make sure it's high resolution. Secondly, you need three elements in the foreground. I have two, as you can see here. And also, as you can probably tell right away, it's kind of strange. Well, part of that reason is because, well, I'm strange, but the real reason why is because this is supposed to be a surreal landscape. Now, a lot of you guys don't really understand what surreal means. That's okay. You've never been taught. We're going to get into that later. But you're going to be introduced to a whole slew of surreal artists who, if you think I'm weird, man, you haven't seen nothing yet. Okay. So, anyways, three items. One thing that you need to do with your background is you have to make it look totally unreal in some way, shape, or form. What I've done is I've done some adjustments to the sky and the ground, and then a bunch of different things to these two elements. Okay, I want to go through and show you my layers panel. Look at all that. Now, I have a pretty tall layers panel. Of course, you guys know that you can mouse in between any panel and adjust the panel size right here. And look at all these layers that I've got. It's a lot. Truth be told, I'm not expecting you to have this many. It's just that I've been doing this for a long time and I get pretty nitpicky. So, what I want to show you is something really handy when you start to stack a whole bunch of layers. And that, guys, is folders. Folders, I have a shortcut right down here. You just click on it, it creates a folder, and then you just start sticking stuff in it, just like Windows Explorer. Let's look at this area down here. I have a folder called Landscape. So I'm going to close it. Here it is. And the only thing I have left here is another copy of my background layer. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up. Here we go. And then I have three adjustment layers above it. So I will show you what I've done here. This one here is called a photo filter. So I'm going to click this off. So that's how I colorize the sky. And notice how I have a mask here. Over here I have vibrance, which is actually bringing out the clouds a little bit. And then I have hue for the foreground. So remember that you need to use your masks. You're never going to be deleting anything. So in order to use the masks, guys, you can use it with the black and white paint using your paintbrush as usual. There is also other methods. There's also the quick selection tool along with the magic wand tool that you can use. And lastly, the magic wand tool, remember, you can always just rough things in. You don't have to have any kind of selection that's exact because that is what the paintbrush is for, right? So you can retouch with the paintbrush. Lastly, there is also the pen tool. The pen tool is how you can get exacting selections. So over here with paths, I've went ahead and I've made one, and as you can see highlighted here in blue, I've got my horizon here, and then I went ahead and made a selection from that by just choosing Make Selection by right-clicking. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. So I have everything for my landscape in a folder. Guys, you're going to have to do the same thing. I'm going to be looking for folders, and I want to see that you're organizing and naming them properly. You're going to get points for this. This chair here, I'm still working on. I'm not going to show you every single thing I did here, but again, it is in a folder. But I did want to show you one tip and trick. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Now, it is supposed to be a surreal landscape, right? So because of that, it's not supposed to look completely real. Of course it's not, it's fantasy. But as you can see here, look at the legs here. Can you see those? Notice how the grass is actually in front of the pegs of the chair. Well, how did I do that? Well, I did it by masking. So I went ahead and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in quite a lot. Go up here. And I'm going to go to my mask here there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go here to my mask and I'm going to choose select. So again, yes, I have a mask here, which is, let me see if I can find it, find the right one. Nope, that's for something else. Okay, there it is. Okay, so this is my mask here. And let's see if I can show it. Subtract, insert, select a mask options. And I'm not able to show it the way I want to, guys. But if I was able to do that, let me see if I can. No, I can't. Shoot. All right. Well, you're just going to have to trust me. But I did use the mask in order to reveal the grass, so it looks a little bit more real. Now that, coincidentally, is what I need to do over here. So that's going to be a technique I'm going to be watching fruition, but you're going to do some things that will allow this, that will make a more realistic type of scene. I've also done a lot, here, keep on clicking on this thing. I've also done a little bit with the chair in terms of, yeah, the shadow. So if you have an object that has a shadow, I can help you get that coming in. Again, I have a mask for that as well. Okay, so I'm going to close the chair. And this is the one that I'm working on here. This is an artist, and he does a lot of clay sculptures. So this guy is pretty cool. He does a lot of really strange things, so I put him in here. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So again, you guys are going to be needing 3 different layers. You're going to be needing to work non-destructively, and you need to be using your folders. Okay. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for my intro video, guys. Make sure that you guys are, whenever you are placing an image, you're choosing place embedded when you're importing image elements. And you also need to save your Photoshop document and hand that in so I can see your layers. Speaking of panels, we have my layers panel here, along with my paths panel. And then I have my properties and adjustments. So whenever I have anything selected here, my properties do change. So I'm able to tweak whatever that I've placed on here. And then, of course, adjustments are where you're going to find all the selections that you've got for your adjustment layers, right? Okay, so there is that. Okay, also adjustments have a shortcut down here. You can also get them from this handy little menu. And also, we have our effects. If you want to try that, that's for a different video. And also, if you right-click on any layer, you can choose blending options if you want to make part of your image disappear. Because I can't show you everything that I've done here. This would be, an hour-long video. So use your imagination. And if your neighbors don't know how to help you, then I am free to help you out as well. Okay, guys, good luck, and we will talk soon.